Yo, yo, yo. Right, so we've got a list of things to work through today, so that's why we're on early. Get this wrapped up. Today we're focusing mainly on WebRTC features and functionality. It's one of the more difficult parts of the system that we built here, but it's the most... it's one of the most important systems. So, chasing the bloody dog out. We'll be sniffing farts as we're coding over here. Second, we get set up here. Right, let's start with some simple changes. We're going to add a settings button in our React Bootstrap setup here that is going to disable auto login. That's kind of important because in order to boot up the speech synthesizer API on the browser, which is what I use for the TTS system here, you first have to actually interact with the page. And like a user's not going to know to just like tap the screen when it loads, even though there's no reason to. So while that was like handy, it's just like a game. It doesn't make too much sense when we're using it as a streaming platform. So we're going to start with that. And it's always good to start easy because we're going to be digging into complete stuff. No doubt. Some of the good news, we've hardened off the rules for the chat, and basically I've had some feedback from other people that want to use Kynto on their channels that they would like the AI mod to be more effective. They want to have control over the words that are banned, and they want to sync it with YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So, you know, I'm taking all that feedback aboard because this is a test bench. This is a test channel where we're going to get to see this in use with people interacting with it, but it's not very likely that most people won't be seeing it on this channel. They'll be seeing it on other people's channels, which is an interesting thought. Right, now we have access to this property. Up over here. You can see I have a bunch of login systems that I've added but we've not released yet, such as Facebook login, Google's OAuth, and I think that's where I left it. I'm not going to focus about any of that right now. Is this still a class? What's going on here? No, okay, good. So this is what's triggering the auto login. So we're going to check that setting first. You know what we're going to have to do? Since the person's not logged in yet, we're not going to have access to the persisted settings. But what we'll do is when you actually set that setting, it's going to create a local storage entry, essentially like a modern day cookie. And then it'll check that. So we're going to add an on-change handler in here. Let's see how I did that in other places. And we'll grab this right here, and I think I already coded a whole system to do this, so we don't have to use the system directly. The local storage directly will literally be tapping into the code I've already written that should make this easier to do. Yeah. Persistent local storage. If we hop over to login, you should see what I populate that as well. An example. Looks like I'm setting it directly. I know what you're going to do. Oh no, we're not. We're using Kynto's local storage. Right, that sounds good. So we could just do Kynto.local storage, set item. So when I create my own wrappers for existing APIs that are defined on the web, one of the reasons I create the wrappers in the first place is it's important on the web because depending on what browser, which version of the browser, which operating system, what APIs are available change. So it's very important that you do wrap functionality that you expect to use, so you can implement graceful fallbacks or gracefully have that code silently not run instead of just throwing a bunch of errors in the console, which could actually brick the rest of your application. So just wanted to mention that. I will call this Kynto settings. No, we're not going to create a new system here. We'll just literally do one entry. Keep it simple. We'll just set it as a string. So it's going to default to false. You'll have to enable it. So it's a nice way of rolling out a settings change without having to run database updates. Keep things clean, we're just going to hijack this existing method which checks if there's a saved login token. I'll add additional check in there, like so. That might require you to type your password again. Let's see. Oh, I'll just figure it out. Oh. Let's see what this does. Okay. I'm gonna log out. Well, that would clear the setting anyway, so we'll just reload. We're gonna have to add additional button because we do create a authentication token. So we need to have a specific mode for that. I also need to save the username.
Full life support upgrade.
Oh. What's going on, PH? Yeah, buddy. We add to the chat over here. Yeah, I gotta be up to take these phone calls for work situations, so let's get back into the habit. Coding during normal hours. We're also in the Christmas room tonight. Look at that. Damn, dude, I love Philly cheesesteak if that's what you're doing with it. I don't want that. Noob, hello. Mainly JavaScript, TypeScript, and Python at this point. Oh yeah, it does. And we got some effects as well to turn on, like, such as snow. We'll leave like footprints when you walk in snow. Small details, but that's what makes the illusion work. Noob, what is your languages of choice and what would you like to code? Or what do you want to code? Through their server here. Yeah, tokens, but let's see. Watching a video on the skinwalkers, which I think are native to Texas. We'll report so that out there. Man, the 911 calls are oof. Down. Back up. I want to rebuild. The only creature I believe in is the haggis, the Loch Ness monster, but it's partly because you have to get tourists to Scotland. If you think the Loch Ness monster's a a wave, they're not going to come. Dylan, buddy, what are you doing, big man? Yeah, Dylan. One of the things I've seen is if you look at any streamer that gets any amount of traffic, like they just don't swear. Or if they do, it's like the odd F-bomb, but that's pretty much it. Let's see if I could get chat up though. We did do 5 hours last night, so probably related to that.
Anubab says languages.
There we go.
Yep.
Cheers, evergreen tree fire.
Hi Dylan, same here. Dylan's feeling a wee bit fresher. Man, I woke up and somehow I unplugged my heater before I even went to bed last night, and I woke up with a dog lying on me, like full on lying on me. He was stuck to me like a bloody magnet because you know, it was chilly. He didn't want to be not on me. I was speaking to you, Dylan, earlier, and it turns out Scotland.
My meds, bro, so I waited till 7. I won.
Scotland was warmer than Florida at one point today. That's good, man. You got to take care of your tummy.
I got up like 5. Aha.
Oof. Oof.
You're reversing those polls, bro.
Yeah, seriously. About time.
Same 5:30 p.m.
As a spring chicken compared to you folks, that's funny. But yeah, I was feeling pretty rough, but got some phone calls done, and yeah, lined up more stuff, so hopefully we see some good news. We've got at least one booked for next week. As far as
Ahaha, I feel yeah, PH was until like 12 a.m. went to bed.
Dylan, you were up to 12. Oofed. PH and I hung on for like another hour or two after you kicked off, Dylan. But we were mainly it killed the stream. PH is like, oh, gotta watch my words, and I was like, all right, let's just kick it for a wee bit. That was fun though.
Ye man's stomach was dire, man, and my blood sugar went low, bro.
Oof. Dylan, have
Are
you had
there
dinner
easier
tonight?
API signups than Twilio?
Ha. So what are you looking to do specifically? You're not just looking to send text messages, but you want to like make VoIP calls, is that what you're trying to do?
That's like Twilio.
There was one I used, but I'd have to look it up. Because I think the company I was working with actually got banned on Twilio.
SM.
But you
Noodles ye.
okay, SMS and VoIP.
Making an online phone interface.
Is it going to be something for like affiliates? Or, yeah, I'm not even clear. Could you explain how it's going to be used? I'm curious.
$3CX.
That's worth a look. PH, good suggestion,
For phones
Dylan.
and online VoIP.
Good recommendation. It looks like a large one. I'm not seeing the one that I use, but it was some time ago. And see, something to watch out, PH. Some services take what Twilio already does.
Not just for Wi-Fi use in case of outages.
Oh, interesting. But the thing I was going to say is some companies just take an existing API and then republish it as their own. Do you know what I mean? You see that all the time. But FreeCX seems big enough that they have their own implementation. It seems like that's a good one to look at.
Get a SIM router, no aha.
You know what's messed up, Dylan, is
True, especially with high-risk processors.
yes, sir. PH, you know what's messed up? Internet in the UK is actually cheaper when you're using phone networks. It's crazy. I'm not saying it's cheap, I'm just saying America, like, you get raked over the coals. Look at like Google fee pricing and stuff. Oof, it's bloody rough. And they have like unlimited plans and that, but they'll lock down your data cap or your bandwidth.
Yeah, I had my whole house running.
Dylan, you've been doing it for years.
On a SIM only for 40 quid.
Couldn't do that here.
I got SIM parts for making phones, but this is set up different. I want this one to call over the cable.
Interesting. So what's the main thing that's stopping you from using Twilio? Is that something we could dig into it and I could see how I'd do it. Is it just their API doesn't make much sense? They're requiring like I know they require documentation when you sign up. Is that like what you're running into? Talk us through why you don't think Twilio might be good enough, or you're not happy with it. Because honestly, like maybe it's just because I don't know better alternatives as time and place, but like Twilio would be the one I'd look at. So I think you're on the right track, but they did make some changes due to all the spam stuff about 3 or 4 years ago, where they just clamped down on the text messaging side of things. I don't know if it happened with the calling as well, but they really hammered a lot of companies that were using it for text. Like ensuring.
Have you guys seen the LoRa nodes folk are setting up?
No, let's take a look.
For long-range SMS and mesh networks.
Dude, I am so excited about the possibilities of mesh networks. 100%. Wow. We're gonna have to explore this. Maybe a Christmas present for Big Code. Dylan, I bet you're dying to get your hands on one. What's PH say? Didn't read it out. PH says that I accidentally put in my business name.
It uses LoRa and an app on a phone to get the messages.
That's my first and last, so now I can't get back into edit it. But the next step, they need my ID and it won't match. Yeah, that's bloody problematic. That's what I assumed was happening, man. Oof.
Yeah, they actually pretty cheap to set up.
PH, do you have an entry on your API list on PH Designs with something that has VoIP services? I'm so curious. Dylan, there's a guy out here that has like a whole radio yard set up. He's got tons of satellite dishes, all sorts of antennas for like ham radio, ADB for planes. I think he's even got like a transmitter there. We should try and see if we can pick anything up on the UHF, VHF, or AM. Kind of curious, actually. I've never tried to sniff what he's putting out there. Sniff the network, YouTube, just make that clear. What the hell, the airwaves. We're in a funny world.
Free Wi-Fi for all of Barhead.
No kidding. Yeah, see, that's possible over there, or anywhere you've got hills where you can, you know, get a good line of sight and people can see it.
Police said it wasn't allowed.
What? Yeah, in America they'll send the... Who is it that deals with that? Is it FCC?
Supplied.
Crazy.
Top of the high rises, bro.
Ah. That communist style architecture that Scotland's famous for in its cities.
Ye the mad frequency folk shut him down.
Crazy, man, that's a shame. He's trying to Nikola Tesla, isn't he?
Aye, brother.
I've seen some interesting stuff where people have done emergency cell phone towers on drones, because you could just deploy them. I watched an interesting video
Those
today.
flags look like the gap in days.
I watched an interesting video today where someone built a
Yet
drone.
I gotta have certain parts that are qualified to be on the networks.
And the drone was entirely run by solar panels, 27 solar panels. Recommend you
Got
check it out.
parts I can't even use.
Aye, they do, Dylan. They look like the gaff. Indeed. Daisy.
That's brutal, aha.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. What's it take to get a ham radio license in America, PH? Have you looked into it? I've always been curious. I've got a bunch of radios here, but I've never turned them on.
Just Leroy Jenkins it. JK.
And PH, I was thinking, if you really did have a solar drone, you could chase the sun.
Face with tears of joy.
Like, could you circulate the entire world? Like, could it move fast enough to keep track, like keep sun on it? So you could have like these drones just circling the Earth. Crazy. Because it's always sunlight somewhere on the planet.
Now
The
I'm a
British proved
noob
that.
in this area so far.
Okay. Yeah, same here. Same here.
With Starlink, yes.
Seen Ice Poseidon, he does the IRL streams, and he's currently in a place that has no internet. So there's a guy walking around with a Starlink strapped to his back, and he's like, "Oh, don't stand next to him, you'll get irradiated." The thing's like right behind the guy's head. He's just walking around like nothing's wrong. Funny lads.
LOL, that's wild.
It really is. The funny thing is it was working too. Like, they were able to continue streaming. I want to try something. Let's experiment with the console. Sometimes I'm not too sure how JavaScript reacts even after 20 years in this.
I'm on the road to affiliate.
Oh, right on, Dylan. Yeah, I've got 4 out of 5 on Twitch for affiliate, but even though I have more than it says, like you gotta have like a couple of people watch every day, it's not done it. So I think you need like way more than it says, but you might get it before me, Dylan. That'd be good. Okay, so we're gonna check. We're gonna check if we can downcast an object. Okay, that works good.
Yeek,
So when it comes to code, and I like to do as much as I can with just syntax and not functions. So we can check if an object exists or is
Nah
defined.
bro, I asked my pals need an average of 3 or 4 to start.
Yeah, that'll get you there. You can see this object when you do the double exclamation marks, it's returning true, that's what's expected. Now let's replace it with null. It should return false. Put an object in there again, true, even if it's empty. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna use that, it's super clean. So we can get away with basically checking if we're already streaming by doing this to the streaming media object. Instead of checking if it's null or undefined, it's just a lot cleaner. So we'll take that so we can prevent this calling system from ringing if you're already streaming. That way we don't have it ringing for someone that's already like sharing a camera or microphone or screen. So this is where the ring sound effect occurs.
Heck yeah.
It was great having you guys really use the system, man, because the whole time I'm just like, oh man, I gotta do this, gotta do that. So it really clarifies it, you know. What do we do here? We want this to show. That's fine. We don't want the ringing to trigger. So we'll disable this by making checking this as well. Right here. Different is streaming. That way it won't trigger the call in sound, but it'll still pop it up. Interesting. YouTube is acting funny. Even when you allow a chat comment, it won't read it out afterwards. What's going on with that? Right, bro. You're always welcome, buddy, but we really have to work on the swearing. I got a notification from YouTube. Apparently you're allowed to say F-bombs occasionally, but they really hammer you on live streams. If you go look at anyone that, you know, clips of live streams and stuff, they really swear. So just a warning, big man, and I'll call you out when you do swear, and call me out if I swear as well. No one else can in chat, just Dylan. That's all that's allowed, but that's the main thing, Dylan.
Aha ye NW man.
Alright, cool, bud.
I have a client that pays their bill every month but has never used their website since I built it. Should I be concerned?
What the hell, PH? How long have they been paying you for? Like, when did you build it?
Been years now.
Man, if they're still paying, I would consider that a W. But yeah, I would feel weird about that too.
They in the shadow realm.
Yeah, I suppose my policies will protect me.
PH, regarding your message about the multiple accounts, it's fine as long as you just let me know them. That's fine. It's just to avoid you know, certain folks that you might take moderation action on coming back with another account. No, that's not right. Yeah, policies are bloody important. Look how serious Apple's terms of service is, or even AWS's. They're all hyper dialed in. Doesn't matter if you accidentally create a bunch of large servers, they will bill you. PH says my terms of agreement is in depth, like to the point of both parties owning their data and taking no responsibility if it's lost. PH, do you do like backup services for your clients?
Hide it. Hate trolls.
Yeah, 100% PH. You've always been upfront with it. They do that because you know, they get the attention and they get the reward of just
yes, I do.
being noticed. So remove that and the incentive goes down to near zero. Yeah, so there was a time, it was a couple of years ago now, but I had multiple WordPress sites on a shared server, cPanel. One of the WordPress sites were rooted because the client let someone else come in and install a Theme plugin that wasn't safe. It ended up taking out all the shared sites. Rough. And PH says, I've restored WordPress sites more than once. The PHP configuration is the most important, in my opinion. That's true. Have you dealt with WordPress installs that like got rooted and like had malicious code injected to like every bloody file, like, you know, the headers, the footers, the config files, the WP admin. So whenever those files are hit, it re-injects themselves. Yeah, PH. Yeah, that's why I would like highly recommend making use of containerization with likes of Docker, Kubernetes and stuff, because that's just another layer of protection to separate that possibility. It caused a lot of stress.
Ha patch that everything is in a VM or container.
Yeah, it does, exactly. You gotta. There's a time where I didn't use Docker, do you know? And the cost around multiple VMs.
I've used plugins before I made a policy against it.
Yeah. When I was younger, if you guys know the form software called WeBulletin, you had to pay quite a bit of money for it, and it was the gold standard for forms back in the day, so quite familiar of having to fix people's installs. Those were the bloody days, I tell you what.
Cutting corners is super dangerous.
It is. It really is. You pay for the peace of mind, you know what I mean?
I deal with mad script kiddies from Rust and Minecraft. My player base is more toxic than politics where the sand blows.
Yeah, Dylan, I can imagine.
I've used a few nulled plugins.
The thing, the way I view code
but
is...
like I said, VMS and containers.
Yeah, you have to, because if you're running code and you don't understand what's in it and you can't trust it,
sorry.
Oh my god.
But if I do like M, I always end up buying M.
No worries. Hi, Dylan. Yeah, more plugins and stuff should offer like demos, you know, like games, because I do think that helps with sales. You get to try it before you pick it up. I've got games that I played in demo. I think, I don't know if it was Resident Evil, but I got a demo of it and I was like, this is brilliant. I'm gonna get this game. Where?
Ye a few of em do.
Once I find these notes, we have to rip them out. Maybe this. Yeah.
They usually start free then get made into paid ones, aha.
Yeah. I remember a time almost all WordPress plugins were free. Now you go look at it and it's a different world. You know, that's one thing. I've never set up a plugin for WordPress and sold it to multiple people.
Like finding the free old ones and updating em to work too.
Uh-huh.
Like Notify, it started out pretty free. But that's AI.
Oh, wow. Easy. What's it called? Johnny Somali. He got arrested in a
Can't
Korea
say
for
much
doing that.
about that company, but look it up.
Yeah, I had a wee look. I know Johnny Somali got popped using stuff like that. Another nuisance streamer.
Aha would have.
Yeah, Dylan. He made himself like making out there.
Celebs, in a way it's like blackmail.
It is. It's very strange, man. It's very, very strange.
He went and done mad stuff in South Korea.
Yeah. How long do you think he's going to get for it from the courts, Dylan?
After getting kicked out of Japan.
Uh-huh. Multiple
What'd he
countries.
do there?
He like ridiculed a statue. He took a fish on a bus, like a whole fish, and tried like giving it to people and like throwing it on the ground and stuff. He took like a big streamer and made an AI video of him and her making out.
Like 5 minimum.
So yeah, they say he's going to be working in the cabbage
LOL
plantations.
For views?
Yeah, for views. I know what's funny is he's so shut down on YouTube and stuff. If you look him up, he does have a channel, but only has a couple of thousand subscribers. Like he is not made out well at all.
Disturbing piece, aha.
Uh-huh.
Did too much.
Too much. Zero chill. Why is this not set as a background? It should be.
Tried way too hard, face with tears of joy.
Dead. Let's reload this. There's a friend Hank is another interesting one to follow the story of. Why isn't this set as the body background? That's the question. What did I change here? Any errors? I don't see any.
I'm so pumped about all my Temu junk to arrive.
You got anything cool? I used to use Dual Extreme back in the day. Whenever I ordered lasers, they always got hold up. I never got a single one.
You can get parts for building hardware on there mad cheap.
Right, I might have to have a look. Sounds like I'm having a problem.
What type of man you are?
Yeah, right.
JK, I used Alibaba to get LCD controllers for laptop screens.
Sometimes you have to because you can't find this stuff on
So
eBay.
I could use M as monitors.
Smart. That's smart. That was funny, Don. I want to see some pictures of that. I picked up this tiny little monitor.
I built all kinds of stuff.
It's tiny. I've got a Raspberry Pi running on it that I use as a little NAS. I think it was like 15 bucks or something, man. I'd love a whole pallet of them. I'd put them all to use.
Tasers, pew-pews, and bulletproof gear.
Wow, interesting.
Bro, you know that's back to when I was in group homes, aha.
I don't. You can always find half a laptop. Dude, your username for so long was laptop. That's funny, I just got that back, like that memory. Why is it not doing it?
Made my tellies.
Need your telly.
Yeah man, I'm a laptop.
I think this is what's fucking up. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to swear, YouTube. I will do better next time. What the hell?
I couldn't think of an email, bro, and I was making it on a laptop.
That reminds me where my first password was lampshade1. I was looking at a lamp.
Very creative.
It was, you know. Should write short stories.
Ahaha, we related.
Yeah, but we definitely are. Oh, you know what it is? I have settings to disable and enable background streams. There's nothing wrong with it, I just had it turned off. Oofed. There we go. That looks okay.
Defo relayed.
No doubt about that.
Related, aha.
Once if we disable or enable this, what happens now? Okay, that's fine. Terminate this so it leaves a black bar. We need to get rid of that. See? You shouldn't be doing that. That should actually be white for this test. So let's investigate why. It could be resulting in a memory leak if we have an empty media stream just sitting there. Most websites don't have to worry about memory leaks, but this is more similar to like a game or an application, because you're not supposed to be reloading it, you know, like you click a new page, it's not making a new request to the server. You hit the page once and then it acts as an application, so you need to take care here. Yeah, so it is pulling in a video, it shouldn't be doing that. Let's investigate. Must be happening here or here. Both files are called peer.js, so I didn't exactly make it clear to myself which is which. I think this is in the chat app. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So we're looking at this guy, which handles the backgrounds. Right here. Just using peer video, which is this guy. Yeah. Different media stream ID. What we need to actually do is clear out. It's a complicated system, folks. Let's see if we can debug this. Show. Sorry, what is the command here I'm supposed to do to bring up the selector? I forgot. So we're looking for Control-Shift-I. That's not it. What we're going to do is we're going to attach some breakpoints. Something you don't typically see me do, because you get a lot of code written without having to debug it extensively. But the WebRTC system, no, bro, it's not happening. It's rough. So we're going to look at where I'm supposed to destroy a stream, like when you stop sharing your screen or your video, so you don't have to reload. So it doesn't slow down. That's essentially what I'm trying to fix, as well as this black background. This is kind of a symptom of a problem that we've already all run into. And you'll see typically my code doesn't have a lot of comments. This does. This is like one of the most commented parts of the project, because it took a really long time to even get it working, never mind get it working properly. You see, these are all the events that I had to code. Probably like 20 different events added to the system just for the peer-to-peer to work. For calls, for video sharing, for file sharing. All sorts of stuff, man.
Got a Twilio number now.
Hell yeah. put a breakpoint right here. That's again. Okay, cool. Triggered our breakpoint. Now we're gonna inspect our scope. No, it's not populating it. I'm going to need to let it execute further. There we go. So now you can see an object that kind of represents the entire state of the peer-to-peer system, including if you're actively making a call, if you're being called, if you're streaming, and any media streams that are associated with it. So think of the media stream as like the source of the video HTML tag. You can set that, you know, obviously to be like a static MP4 file, but with this peer-to-peer system, we're not using anything like that. And we're not pointing at a server. We're actually giving it an actual object, which is populated by WebSockets in real time. It's crazy. It's crazy that you could get away with this like for free. But like I said, it's not the simplest system.
AI is coding for me.
That's the way. I'm going to start bringing more of that into these streams too, because I need to move faster. But this project's too big to feed in the entire project, so, and I don't want to give it all my code either. So we're just going to do it for specific parts of the system. Because this project's huge. I don't even put my code in GitHub. I don't trust it. Stream active. Stream. So where is the list of the media streams? I don't understand.
Nest.js.
Next.js or Nest.js? Oh, you're using Nest. I expect the channel's going to be a doghouse for about a week, and then we'll be back to normal. But it's a good time to take this quiet opportunity to just continue getting this built up. Constantly learning, man. Constantly. It never stops. If I wasn't learning, I'd be dead, so I'd be dead.
That's how I passed some courses, was by taking completed Nest.
Oh wow. Oh wow, PH, you went to school for that? I didn't know that. I really didn't, that's cool. Yeah, I had a employment form today. It was asking me like your education, and I just put 15 years plus of documented corporate experience. I'm seeing them ask for that more now, which is ironic because I know the schooling didn't teach you anything about using AI. Never mind, you know. Yeah, it's crazy. PH says, dang you, old Greg, 100%, man. See, typically, I was smart enough to use CRTs and stuff, but man, I was just straight chilling.
Scaly manfish.
Scaly manfish indeed. Don't drink his Baileys from a shoe because you'll end up in the doghouse. Lesson learned. At PH, you seen it. We would do great. We had like 20 plus people watching and that, so we'll get back there. We'll get even more.
No, free code camp and cheated at the end. I was annoying with typing.
It's funny, man. I don't blame you. Does it concern you, PH, about the AI learning from you, or do you see that as a benefit? Like the stuff you put into it getting used to basically feed the system, or do you think that's like a good thing because it, like, you know, the idea is eventually it'll be better at doing what you want?
It's wild because if I want something I'll stay up for days to build it, but a test just destroys me.
Is it, yeah, the stress of it. I felt that way with like presentations at work, man. It's like, oh, I'm better off building it, but to present it, I don't want to do that. It's ironic that you're a man.
It's a benefit to me because everyone already has our data anyhow.
Yeah. Oh crap. Couple errors here. Yikes. I'm using the AI to help me debug. I'm gonna save some time tonight. I hear you guys, like, one thing just because you can code, it's another thing to just use the tools. That would be like me avoiding, you know, moving from C to C++ because I'm just gonna write my own object-oriented system, like, whatever. Well, we'll go through the changes it makes and talk about how I would do it as opposed to what it's doing. You know, because unlike the AI, I have full context in the project. I did write almost all the code in it. But the worst thing I could do is build this, but not do it right. Yeah,
I'm streaming AI coding.
Oh, you are? That's what's up. I'm gonna have to have a peek on my side screen here. really hallucinate really bad. I don't know, like, if this is usable at all.
On Kynto.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. What's it called? It's called Kynto.io. Install off. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's take a wee look, because I was curious about this. This is fixed on my local, this spacing issue, but it's not fixed up here. I'm just going to have to put up with it right now. Sorry. I'm going to blow this up so I can actually see it, because I'm curious. Okay. So I see TypeScript here. I see macros, which are actually very similar to how you do stuff in Java, like even Python, with the @ symbol. Code looks pretty clean, of course. Status, voicemail. Wow, you were saying it literally runs like its own little containerized. I see home/Ubuntu. That's pretty crazy. Nuts. Nest not found. Right, you still have to debug, yeah. The lips are gonna fall off, man. The air's so dry here, it's unbelievable.
It'll run a test soon. It's fully automated.
I can see that. It's basically acting as an agent. Might have to muck about with this. You said it wasn't too expensive. Have you ran out of tokens yet? One of the things about Claude, man, is that like I put like $5 or $20 on it and I burned through it within like an hour, just trying to get it to help me debug a Swift UI problem, which it didn't fix. Web development is a lot easier for the AIs. They have way more training on web development than they do native iPhone development, but still, man, I was very, very, very disappointed with the payment system for Claude. Just how much money it requires. Like, the amount of money it was requiring was basically equivalent to like actually hiring a programmer.
I ran out of 25k tokens in a few days.
On Claude or on this Abacus? Alright, I'll keep clicking on it and checking it.
On here.
Okay. You know, one of the most annoying things about developing this WebRTC system, I have to continuously test it on multiple devices because it's a...
But tokens are only used for deep agent part.
Interesting. Look at quite a ton of my code here, man. Well, we'll test it. PH, let me know when it updates so I can take another look.
So equivalent to hiring a programmer like you said, face with tears of joy.
Yeah. Less stressful though, because you get to control it yourself, right? Like that's the advantage. There is tons of advantages. But
Will
yeah.
do.
I say for companies specifically, because you know they're looking at it as like, oh, this can be cheaper than an actual programmer, and it's like, first off, you still need someone that can actually use it, and second off, you have to pay for that service as well. So, I think it's more empowering for like individuals like UPH than it is like megacorps, but we'll see how that actually develops.
Still have to know what you're doing, exactly.
Exactly, yep. Like my cousin told me, like used it to generate a website for dog beds he's going to sell, and I'm like, that's good. How are you going to deploy it? And he's like, oh man, what do you mean deploy? But it's cool to see you know, I'm working on a business and that's good. Okay, so we're going to share camera here. I'm going to reload, see if it reconnects.
I can actually read most of what it's doing and understand what the code is going to do by viewing it.
100%. And then you're able to debug this stuff that it's not doing right then, right? Like that's so important. Okay, it's not automatically reconnecting. I already ran into an issue.
To them it looks like hieroglyphics.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, at least that did remove it. So if I terminate this, it's still in there.
Yes, exactly, but at least it does most of the work.
That's true. I was definitely a wee bit reluctant.
It's primarily for structuring to me.
Yeah, you're using it like as an architect in a sense, which makes a ton of sense. It does. Like I adopted the AI pretty early, but I was reluctant to have it code for me, if that makes sense. Like I immediately started using it for debugging and learning, but I don't know. I guess I'm becoming an old man, but you know, I still have room to develop. I will get there. Yeah, remove the call me system. Did a lot wrong here. Basically broke my code, but that's what I was saying, like the system I've created is so complicated here, the only way to get it to help would be to have it debug one function at a time. It's too large.
I've made simple WP plugins with it that has made me hundreds in minutes.
Fascinating. help me scale up by encouraging me. I've essentially written all this, but I'm using it as a
Client says
debugger.
I want web page to snow in my head. I'm like, that's a simple plugin with JS and a PNG face with tears of joy.
Hell yeah, but see, you already knew that. That's what sets you ahead, bro. 100%. Like, you knew how that it would do it in the first place, so you were able to specify it. Like, if I was to have it do that, I'd be like, yo, I want to do this with CSS animation, or I want to do it with JavaScript, or I want to do it with WebGL as a shader. So 100% understand that. It's not cleaning it out. I think this might be a server bug. Interesting.
WE says dance.
Walter, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yup, just talk to it like it's autistic in great specific detail and it does what I ask.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gonna give a like just to put up stats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got in trouble with YouTube for showing I'm on Mighty Bush clip. You know, old Greg.
Was scrolling YouTube and seen you were on.
Hell yeah. We're in a wee bit of a slump right now. But we're using it as an opportunity to get some coding done.
Thank you kindly, WE.
You could do some karaoke.
Old Greg drinks Baileys from a shoe.
Karaoke machine.
That's
I didn't
true.
get
That attracts people.
I didn't get the microphone for it, but I have the karaoke machine. American Idol, and has a
Know
little
any
camera on it.
guitarists and singers?
He is never gonna give you up.
Never ever. I was actually tempted to play that in loop on the CRT behind me. Walter plays guitar.
I'd say you never
WE.
going to let us down.
Can you tell that to YouTube?
Rick roll face with tears of joy.
I do play guitar.
You got pretty good at it too. You were playing music years before I got into it.
I got a picture of me in a Mexican sombrero with my acoustic guitar. I got that tism.
You also got a picture with Teal, didn't you? Jelly, that one. I'm trying to upgrade and use AI more heavily in my development here for these bug fixes, the
Yeah,
WebRTC
BOI.
system.
It's so slow at coding, ugh. I guess to be fair, this project would take weeks in reality.
Yeah, that's true, PH. That's a big boy. It really is. Did you see how many comments I have in this WebRTC implementation?
I'm gonna on my dad's grave when he passes. I feel you face with tears of joy.
Relatable.
Know what you showing with the comments?
WE, I'm just showing that I actually commented this
LOL,
part of the
nice.
system because it was so difficult to get working in the first place. And majority of my code is like self-documenting, so you know, don't have to. But WebRTC peer-to-peer system, oh boy, man, you know how hard it was for me to get it working. I got it working before I even started the YouTube streaming, and yeah, I'm trying to memory optimize it, just get it smoother. So PH was on with us last night, and so was Dylan. We were on the voice chat, and it was awesome when it worked. But we did have to muck about for a couple of minutes. I appreciate you hanging in there, PH, because you definitely like encouraged me to keep on this system because I see the possibilities with it.
It's coding the voicemail system right now.
PH, let us know how many tokens that it ends up consuming, because I think that would be great to know. Alright, let's pull up your screen as well, because I forgot. You should be able to see it.
I ain't leaving unless everybody wants me gone.
No, hell no. You're not listening to dummies, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I gotta work on that.
W, you funny. If you leave, can you pick me up a pack of smokes?
Bet, I'll even smoke one with Yad.
Yeah, boy. W, where is your avatar? Are you hiding somewhere? Oh, there you are. Oh. W, type the exclamation point crawl so you can lie down and dance. Dog's out.
I'm having a problem getting away from smoking.
Oof.
Spooky.
Get hypertension when I try.
That's a nightmare. Yeah, it's a serious situation, that, man. I say it's one of the hardest things to quit. Really do. Oh look, now it's shown at the top on this. Interesting.
Not nicotine trees face with tears of joy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I have a hard time quitting candy cigarettes.
What were you, like 4 when you started days, WE? Alright, that works fine.
LOL, I remember those back in the day.
Yeah, I was just talking about those actually to someone recently. It's already a little smoother. Oh yeah, but it's not defaulting that. It's still showing an empty thing there.
It says his Smarties message was held for review.
The W just got in trouble.
They are flagging you, WE.
Yeah, they're paying attention to the channel now. Oops. Good thing I'm a good boy.
I am set on the inside for my no word disappointed face.
Old Greg jumped in our boat.
He's not got out since. Bloody old Greg, man, not impressed.
We're just fishing.
Yeah, some people don't like when you fish.
Then what's this tight steel rod, mother lucker?
Indeed.
Is that what the kids are calling it?
Old Greg is a comedy skit.
Yeah, W, you've seen Mighty Bush. Right? I showed you that years ago.
From the UK.
Only once.
It's actually worth the watch.
I
It's
don't
funny.
remember it well. I know you did show it to me on couch in LW house.
Yeah. Disconnect peer close.
See it again, you'll laugh a little and feel a little weird. Not as bad as Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Some. Body once told me the world was going to own me.
He's dead.
It does.
Yeah, it definitely does.
It's a shame you can't show videos on stream.
Yeah, the way I figured out how to do it was to actually show it on the TV behind me. I just forgot to do that, man. But it is. I'll chill on it because it hammered the channel. I'd say views are down 10% of what they were. Been through it before. We're still chilling. Basically, I just have to do minimal swearing, no content IDs, and not like spam. If I do those 3 things, back in good graces.
It just won't stop coming and can't stop coming.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but they've fully integrated AI into YouTube Studio. Fully.
That's what she said, JS.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. That's right, we're just directly overwriting it.
What about egg, sausage, and spam?
I did show that. I showed spam, spam, and spam, but that didn't get flagged by the system. That's funny you said that.
Build a shell script on GPT while other AI builds.
That's the way, man.
No clankers, please.
Cloudflare Auto IP updated for when it changes.
Ah.
Updater asterisk. I think other AI is completing project now.
Oh, we lost ESLint. How long would you say that took to generate the Twilio browser phone system backend?
Feels like 30 minutes.
I'm a bad judge of time. I stood up an entire back end for it. So now is it generating the front end? Is that what you've got to do next? Now you've got the API stood up.
I think it's compiling the files for zip download now.
Wow.
Currently reviewing docs.
Once if I terminate this one, it's not automatically reassigning it. But it is on mobile. Very strange.
Dang it, I don't want to use Postgre.
It's using Postgres. I don't blame you.
Oh well. Yup.
Yeah, I've never chosen that for a project, but
But it's got IVR.
Interesting. Oh shit. No, I can't swear. No crap. Man.
I'll be able to upload an MP3 audio file to play a greeting for caller to select a department.
Did it do that itself? Like it literally added that feature for you without you even specifying it?
No, that was a request.
Smart.
It does ask specific questions like that before it builds though.
What code model did you have the agent use for this run? I wish this chair would go under the bloody desk, man. I won't kill him back. It cuts down.
You can't build if it doesn't think you're specific enough.
That's good because that is very much real life.
It's in deep agent, so it routes through many LLMs.
Okay, so it's making a decision for you essentially, is what you're saying.
Not sure which one it's using yet. It got hung up, now it's fixing bugs.
I'm going to roll this change out.
AI built this app I'm using.
That's funny.
Entirely built by the system.
It would take some time to code that. Look, my little avatar is just looking off at the planes. Hold on, let me bring him up. See him? It's like he's literally looking. Uh-oh. WE says, alright, gonna crash, getting really sleepy. These long days, I swear.
Looking at a place in
Alright,
Japan
man.
where
Cheers
I
for
saw a
checking in, bud.
plane.
Hopefully I help with that quietly coding over here. Japan's crazy, man. I hope to go someday. Ancient culture. Yeah, you watch any anime or anything like that?
Not much.
Yeah, same here. There's like one or two that I watched and enjoyed, like Death Note was the main
Dabbled a
one.
little though.
Walter, why is he... YouTube is not reading out your stuff. Let me make sure that... Before you sign off, WE, can you just send one more message? I just want to see what's going on. Just say like, hello. That's funny. Tim and Eric's worth the watch, PH. If I could have anyone my father, I would have you my father. I love your comedy movies, and you're a real
I love your
asset to
karate
the
chops.
community. There you go. Alright, if YouTube holds up any of your chat comments and I don't approve them, then it basically stops you getting read out in the TTS system. So that's good to know, PH. That's a way to, if you see someone abusing TTS, and it does flag one of their comments, but you don't want to ban them, just don't approve it and it will stop reading their stuff out. I'm also going to add some...
At code log, can you name 10 things that are not Jackie Chan?
I don't think I could if I tried.
True.
PH, I'm also going to add a couple of mod commands so you can like temporarily shut down TTS or disable TTS for specific users so they can still chat but like it doesn't read their stuff out. Let me know if you've got any other ideas for mod commands that you think could be helpful.
It finished.
Alright, let's see this. Yeah, definitely not JS. Let's see if you can see anything else here. Alright, let me know when it's up. I want to see. You know, it's funny, I've never deployed a Node.js app for cPanel. Always cPanel, I was exclusively coding backend in PHP or C#. Oh, sorry, but I was PHP for cPanel. So it's cool to see.
I love panel.
It was one of those things when I was a kid I wanted, but I couldn't afford. So I could finally get it. I was like, heck yeah.
It even noticed my request. It's created backend now, a front end in Next.js.
Oh, I see you requested that it uses MySQL. Nice. Oh, I forgot to rebuild. Got to trigger our CID.
It's just spitting code fast.
Nice, it's using Tailwind for your CSS framework. That's a good choice. It's a good little stack right there.
It simulates Ubuntu for testing.
I wonder how long it took them to build all these tools. I'm sure once they got the agent working, they used the agent to help them build the system in the first place.
You even get a desktop view. Probably, haha.
Yeah, the nice thing about Tailwind, if you look at the class names it's using, you see how there's a ton of classes in it. That's because with Tailwind, you're supposed to use all these class utils they've created instead of writing CSS, so you might even prefer that. I'm just saying Tailwind's a good one. Here it's deployed.
Yeah, Tailwind is powerful, but I never familiarized myself enough with it.
You've got a head start with it using it, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to reload this. Hopefully it doesn't lag out your screen share, but I want to test my peer-to-peer changes. It's crossed, it reconnects, doesn't look like it is. PH, you might have to reload twice on Kynto, and then share. Oh, never mind, it's coming through. Oh, that's much better too. And it's still not positioning it correctly. I don't know why. Let's mess with the CSS for that now. But your connection's much better.
This deployment guide is wild.
Yeah, it's a fat one. I see it's using WebRTC for calling. So that might not support calling actual phone numbers, just something to be aware of. But I would just set it up first before you have it make any changes.
I'll deploy it here first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But why is it recommending all of these separate services?
Seconds. Oh, I see what was messing up now. This was. Oh, well, I figured out the bug. Alright, cool. Let's see what you got. What sort of services you seen, PH?
It was saying sign up for different sites for SQL, etc.
Ooh.
Render.com and stuff.
I guess a new thing that you could include in your prompts would be like, you know, I'm deploying this on my cPanel, and do not use additional services without asking me first. That's a good thing to note.
Can do all of that in panel alone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's taking the height of this. I think that's what's screwing it up. Let's see here.
I specified panel, but I guess I gotta say that too.
Interesting, okay. You see this? That's what's doing it. Well, look, PH, I figured out the issue why it was pushing the videos down. Remember, it was doing that in the iPhone app, and then it was also doing it when you were showing us stuff. I figured out what's going on, so now we're going to go debug that.
Heck yeah.
Had to get there eventually, bloody hell.
Got your money worth already, almost LOL.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna ignore this. Let's ignore it.
Don't rely on it like me though.
Well, I figured this one out just for trial and error, figuring out what it was doing the positioning, but I used it to help me.
I'm forgetting basic programming in the process.
I had it help me figure out some of the WebRTC bugs, and it did speed it up because when I reloaded, your stream was coming through much smoother. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, but you've got to keep up with all these vibe coders now.
Christian Smith says Java.
Christian Smith, hello buddy, how are you? JavaScript. And PH is doing a stream as well, showing us his Twilio VoIP service get built out. It's cool because by PH actually showing me this, it's allowing me to fix some bugs. Hope you're feeling better today, Christian. Where's your avatar? Try to find you. Oh yeah, it's you over here.
Thanks. Best coding AI I've discovered so far.
Yeah, Chris, you were on a small map today because I got in trouble from YouTube for the Mighty Bush thing. No, mainly we're in here because it's cold outside. Look, I'm wearing a bloody hoodie. I actually got cold. Yeah, PH, I'm gonna have to check out Abacus. %. Uh-oh. Oh, it's class. Yeah.
My GPU is super fast.
What have you got in there? Dylan's got like a 560 or something, man. I can't believe it.
Faster than GPT-5 LOL.
Or 460. Oh, this is your local? Let me see it again. Fire off Quentin, I want to see.
3090, remember.
Oh, yes, sir. You got a great deal on eBay. I think that's what you said.
The eBay auction winning.
Yup. Like an AI, man. I just need to be prompted. Oh, damn. Look at it go. Yeah, I can't wait to finish this integration up. Like, we have it all, like 80%, 90% of the way there. I just need to finish up wiring it into my chat UI, hooking up all the events. That was a great suggestion.
Just got a Python calculator.
Yeah, I'm so surprised by how good Quen is for something that can run on local. It's crap for conversations, but it's absolutely brilliant for code. Have you found a good AI model that runs locally for conversations?
Just character AI.
I actually tried to go on the website a couple of days ago and it wasn't working. Maybe it was just down and... Oh, it's working now. So just for everyone tuning in, PH is using the WebRTC system built out in Kynto to show us the local GPT for all Quen model. He's about to fire up the Python calculator it generated. It's quite impressive, man, to have a local language model as powerful as that on localhost. Atom, man, I used to use that. Reminds me of that Notepad++. Make this a little bit so you guys can see more of the screen. I like how you know the difference between Python 2, 1 and 3. You definitely explain to everybody to use the AI as well as you are. I know it sounds simple to you, but like, you figured out the hard way.
Sorry, I hear something happened outside.
Uh-oh.
Heard asterisk.
Damn PH, I can see why it could result in forgetting syntax and stuff. It's just so efficient. There's Smith, anything crazy going on out there?
Not really, just normal stuff here.
Uh-oh. You just made it use a UI kit, PH. Ridiculous. DG Preston, hello. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. How are you doing this week?
So what happened about YouTube stuff?
Oh, when I showed you guys that Mighty Bush clip, it got us a content ID on the channel. And there was a wee bit of swearing on yesterday's stream from myself that also affected it. So, try to not swear and not show Mighty Bush clips.
DG Preston says moving house.
Oh, DG Preston, I've
yeah.
not seen you in a while, buddy. That's good to see you. I remember you now. How's the move going? Yeah, Christian, I'm on my best behaviour now.
What are you doing now?
Well, I took a wee break to see what PH has going on, because he's using the Kynto WebRTC system to share his screen, and he's running a local version of Quen on his machine. I'm just kind of demonstrating how quickly it's working. I've been working on improvements to the streaming
Slow
system.
but steady.
Using AI to do work. LOL.
No, this is PH's screen, but I am taking some encouragement from chat here and try to use AI more, because I'm a programmer, so I do it the slow way. But we've got a whole system here, a lot of bugs to fix, and a lot of stuff to do, so that's why I'm moving along. PH, what are you having it do now? I can't really see because I had to shrink the screen.
It cuts down a bit of work. Beaming face
Yeah,
with
Christian.
smiling eyes.
Yeah, I'm joining y'all. Hope I'll be okay.
Center the contents in the GUI.
This is as much as I can do it. PH, can you explain a wee bit about what you're having to do? Because it is hard for us to see, just because it takes up a third of the screen, you know what I mean?
What is the light behind you?
Oh, there's a light that makes it so it's not dark in here.
I am building a simple calculator.
Are you having to add buttons and stuff now? Is that the change you had to do?
The green one.
Oh, that? It's a little waterfall sounding thing. Let me see. Let me see it. Makes me calm, apparently. I like it.
Here we go.
Not bad for a local LM. It's because I've tried to look at the screen, eh? PH, curious, break down like out 1 to 10 how good you think the local language model is compared to what you're used to with Abacus and, you know, GPT and stuff. It seems quite efficient. It's more than -1 in the ton. Yeah, so the way the huge command works is the more
1 to
times
10,
you type it.
6.5 maybe.
PH, that's high praise. I was shocked when I seen how good it was with the code. I'm not gonna lie, I was. I didn't expect it at all. But yeah, Christian, the more times you type
Doesn't
the huge
this
command,
code have AI now built in?
yeah, it has a co-pilot, but it doesn't really work as an agent. Like it can patch files and stuff. But PH, like, what do you think of co-pilot versus what you're using?
Bye for new cow.
Copilot is awful.
Good luck with the move, DG person.
I never use it.
Yeah, PH, that's how I feel. My old job forced me to use it, and the only thing I used it for was to generate unit tests. Which was helpful, but that's about it. It generated fugly code, and the offshore
I
teams
hear
used
there
it
was a new
heavily.
one called Cursor.
Yeah, I did give Cursor a go. It's like a dedicated wrapped. It's more of a like an agent setup, similar to like Abacus in a sense. Like it does do more. When I say agent, like it can create files, delete files, refactor them by itself. So now this isn't populating. Oh, why would it? Why would it do that? Return 0 maybe.
Having it deploy the soft phone now.
Or return some. I forgot how to use a reducer, guys. It's been a minute. Christian, just the more times you type huge, the bigger you get. It's small increments. So if you typed it like 10 times in a row, you would get significantly bigger. Alright, that works better. Now we have our go bar, everything's positioned much better. I'm happier with that. So we'll push that change out. Hit it. Ah, crap, I think it's in here. We gotta get rid of all this crud.
I guess my comment didn't show up.
No, Christian, YouTube, as well as like some of the changes I had to make because we were getting quite a lot of spam the past week. And when YouTube launched the PH will tell you it was holding back people's, like my brother's comment and my friend's comment. And but yours didn't even pop up in UI to do that. But essentially, we're under microscope right now. There's nothing wrong with your comment. It just didn't come through because of that reason. Just to be clear.
What about the command you was saying?
I typed into the chat, so it's clear.
Code lock says if you keep typing, grow you will grow little by little.
For some
It's
reason,
not huge. LOL, I'm typing backwards today. LOL. PYTTSX.
Where'd my little guy go? Lost him. I ran off the map somewhere. Oh well. Oh, you broke into the PowerShell now. PH, what made you use the PowerShell for just command? I know it's more powerful, but I'm just curious why.
Linux. When I just
Aha.
wanted to stop in tonight, I have to get ready for therapy tomorrow.
Windows subsystem Linux. Well, Christian, thank you for showing the support. And yeah, I'll be shutting it down in about 20-30 minutes as well. I have to get up early for calls. I'll be shutting this stream down before I typically start streaming. It's funny.
Calls? You have an interview?
Yeah. Yeah, wish me luck. You could use it.
Devil's lettuce time. Good luck. I'm pushing my good juju over to you. My
Cheers,
friend.
buddy. Appreciate you.
They better hire you.
I know. If all goes well, we'll have it 2-1 next week. One I'll be scheduling tomorrow after a screen. And then there was one that I was quite hopeful for, but I don't know if they're interested in interviewing. This stuff you gotta like have multiple irons in the fire to have any chance. Especially this time of year. It's crazy.
I'd reference you under my LLC.
What you mean? That's the funny part. I've got like more than enough experience, but I don't know if it's too much. I think I'm a bit too young to age out programming though. But, you know, it's easy to...
PH Designs is a business.
Oh, hell yeah. There you go.
PH Designs, LLC.
What happened here? Where is the navigator? Jeez. Okay, here, supposed to be.
Like I pay taxes and have certificates on the wall.
Oh, hell yeah. How long ago, when did you start your business?
Legitimate. Three years ago, almost 4.
Man, I remember for like a decade, I just operated as a sole proprietor for contracts. It took me, I don't know,
Most
maybe like...
businesses fail in the first year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Alright, I think we're almost ready to push this one change out as well. You see, I've done a lot more coding tonight. That's the funny part. Oh, let's push it out.
The write-offs is why a lot of us have LLCs.
Yeah, I have a decision to make because most of these roles are like contract first, so that's how I got placed at my larger. Like that's how I get
write
placed.
off my whole car if I want.
That's how I get placed in these big corps. But I have a choice if I want W2 or 1099. And I know that if you do the corporation way, you could pay less taxes, but I don't know much about that. So I've always done W2. Even though I have a business where I could take it in.
But I like to drive fast and cuss at other drivers.
A wee bit of the road rage. Yeah, the most effective thing I do is give them a thumbs up. I get cut off, I'll be like that. Right to as close as I can get.
Now single member LLC doesn't require all that.
What's the
I just
effective?
take my money when I want it.
What's the effective tax rate though? Like, is it? I think it's less than W2. Which works out to be like, I don't know, like 28, 33% for me, I think. Thankfully, there's no state income taxes or city or county. That would be horrific. I would cry. I've worked multiple states though that have state income tax, like Wisconsin, Washington. But since I'm down here in Florida, remote, I can usually get exempted.
I don't pay much, but you gotta report to most states every month.
Yeah. And the feds, definitely gotta report to them. Thanks.
You can even register in other states with a registered agent service.
I hear a lot of folks choose Delaware.
It cost me about $150 per year and they handle my docs and forward.
That's not bad.
I choose Missouri.
Any specific reason you went with Missouri? Like, it's a complicated system over here, so that's why I like to learn that. It's good. Uh-oh, we have an error. Where?
Because it's a cheap renewal and taxes are lean.
Okay. Oh, that does make sense. Yeah, that states have different costs for the LLCs, so that would definitely be oh, we're missing component / header. Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look how many imports to construct my UI. It's ridiculous, isn't it? A lot going on. And you just bootstrap the rest of the UI. There's UI buried in each of these. Like chat contains like 15 different imports. It goes on forever.
But in my terms, if I ever get sued, the party has to come to my jurisdiction.
Yeah, smart call. Smart call. Don't muck about with that, man. Oh my god. Why did it throw that error, man? Why did it do it? Oh, use cast. Okay, I see the problem.
AI filter is stronger.
Thank Power Skills for that one, yeah. But you said you won't have to travel for a D, and I understand that. What's it called? Malicious? Something. When people do that, they'll wrap you up in
LOL
cases,
face with tears of joy.
force you to travel about to fight them, so you end up settling. I'll give you an example. One of the companies that I help operate used an image on like a news article on the WordPress blog, and it turned out that this giant corporation owned the rights to it. So they're like, we'll sue you, or you have to pay this amount of money to settle. Ended up having to just pay the money. It's likely that like even if didn't settle, they wouldn't have chased after it, but they could have, you know, been like, you have to travel to the state to fight it, all this crazy stuff. So kind of disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, they try, but I have to have money first. Face with tears of joy.
Correct. That's another part. Hit the battery. I think we'll be ready for another iPhone test shortly, PH, with all these changes here. Oh, there's one more thing I have to do, but I'm not going to do it tonight because it's complicated. I have to set up an additional reverse proxy for the staging server.
Rule number 1: I never put anything in my name.
Smart. Did you learn that from hard lived experience? It seems like one of those things. Or you seen someone else go through something?
You can take my business, but I'll just make another.
Yeah.
No, I actually learned it from rap songs.
Oh my god. I didn't expect that.
LOL.
Finally.
I learned how to drive on four-wheelers in GTA.
GTA, I think, does make you a better driver. You know what I like to do in GTA is drive in the reverse side of traffic as fast as I could on the highways in it and like not crash. So I'd like run as far as I can one side of the map to the other. And yeah, felt good. It's funny, I seen someone do that in real life on I-95. It was not good. It was bad. Driving in the complete opposite side of traffic. Crazy. Let's try this on our iPhone app.
I seen someone do that at 6 a.m. in Lee Acres.
Yeah, it's a very Florida problem, isn't it? Like, I feel like that's something that happens in Florida or California on a daily basis. I have to switch room here. Wait, which room are you in? Code log mods. Alright, we'll do the test in there. We'll use your stream as a test.
Hold guys driving through Applebee's at 12 p.m. LOL.
PH, check it
Old
out.
asterisk.
The iPhone app's now showing the code window at the top. Your screen share as it should. So we got all that fixed. We're ready to do another test of this. Yeah, pumped. That's dope. Because that means I could just take a laptop to like a kava bar or a coffee shop, and
this is gonna be amazing.
That is, man. It's gonna be smooth. I like how I'm using your screen share as like the thing to test it against as well. Hell yeah. That's fucking good. Oh, and I just swore again. It's because I got excited. I can't help it. I'm a bad man. Oh, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so final change tomorrow is we're going to switch this over to staging server. So we'll do reverse proxy for it, and then we'll have the live stats populating as well. So we'll have everything up. And I think that's it. Other than some small CSS tweaks. If you take a look at the sub counter, it's kind of off the page. So I'll make that smaller in iPhone. And then I think we'll have like almost completely perfect. Here's what other thing, PH.
Then we can get guests on and podcast more for an audience regain.
100%. Let me show you this as well. Because there's another mode we could run. Where is it? Okay. So check this out. I coded it so we could just have the avatars on top of the full screen, so we could share everything, but just have the avatars like walking around on the stream. Do you know what I mean? So instead of having like items or tiles taking up a third of the phone, super clean. And we can control that in real time. That's going to be the final vision. But I could still like put like a Christmas tree down because it's Christmas ish, like this, like little stickers. So you can like decorate it.
Heck yes.
That is cool actually. I need a screenshot. Oh, dope. I think it's time to go watch TV. What do I do? Set alarms, make dinner. PH, did you, I'm curious though, before we wrap this up, were you able to get it deployed? Or is it just, has it been a pain? The phone system in Twilio. I will take another look at it
It's
tomorrow.
still deploying.
Alright, no worries. If I can't sleep, I'll come back on, but I'm hoping that I just keep moving earlier so I can get an early stream. Then I go out, do my day, then come back and we'll do like a later stream as well. And take advantage of the quiet periods to fix all these bloody bugs and just get everything smooth, man. Get it smooth. And we'll do another podcast as well. I think that'd be cool. That was awesome. Still appreciate you hopping on. Dylan even messaged me. He's like, dude, that was dope. Damn, I didn't see his message. He was even trying to get on, like.
I'm down.
Hell yeah. And we'll play the track tomorrow that you got as well.
It was fun.
Hell yeah. If I'm trying to figure out how to get an MP3, I can run it separate from the chat so I can control the volume independently. That would be a good step. And then I think a nice little feature, I'm going to code it so it automatically pauses the text readouts if one of us are talking. So that way we're not like fighting the TTS system. Do you know what I mean? And then it just automatically resumes after a second when we stop. And dude, let me add it to the list. Truth be told, I'll probably end up just taking my laptop to the couch until I doze off. That's usually what happens.
I'm glad Dylan had fun too.
Oh, hell yeah. I think if and when, like, don't get me wrong, Dylan has definitely filtered himself. He did a good job, but the swearing is what stops you getting auto-suggested. Like, you can get away with it more in videos than you can on live streams.
Means a lot to me when y'all are both chill because that's important when you guys are blood brothers.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh no, man, we've been through. Oh, you should have seen his face when I was over there last year. He calls me like every day and I'm calling him, so that's my brother. I used to send him out to go get me a Sprite and a Twix with whatever money I made when I was a kid. And I'd be like, yo, you could play Age of Empires or Halo Trial if you just go get me my Twix and Sprite. And he'd come back and he'd be like, bro, can I get some of your Sprite and a bit of the Twix? I'd be like, alright, Dylan. You gotta have a system. And bro, I wash the dishes for mum if you let me use the PC tonight. I'd be like, alright, Dylan. PH says, I never had a brother, but I always wondered if he'd beat me up if I had one. Yeah, no, the brothers definitely fight a bit. And Dylan was more like ready to attack people, but when it came to me, he was actually really, you know, he knew I was his big brother and you don't do that. Plus, like, you know, we'd get into it if we had to, but very rarely.
Or if we'd be best friends.
Yeah, I think that's more likely. That's what happened with me and Dylan. Plus, like, living in 3 countries together with your brother, oof. Really, really shows you. I'm proud of him though. He's picked up a lot of the technology and stuff. And he surprises me all the time with what he's capable of doing. I know if he could, you know, pick up the streaming stuff and swear less, he'll do really well in the streaming because he's bloody hilarious. He's a funny guy. I feel like a dude should. I don't know why I didn't read out your comment, PH. We didn't even get to the AI. This is YouTube. I feel like a dude should have a brother though. It would help having someone you trust toughen you up rather than the world. That's a really good point. That's really true. Honestly, that's what happened with my cousin and I as well. He's like super into MMA, boxing, and all that. And he was 6 months younger than me, so he always had something to prove. And definitely learned how to take a punch from my cousin, that's for sure. But he was kind of like my brother before Dylan was even born. Like, we were super close. I was over there all the time. And we'd go stay at our grandparents' for the summers and winters. Like weeks on end, both of us. That was good. Why did it stop reading out the comments? So this makes no sense, dude. I didn't disable anything.
Fun memories right there.
It's the land. The PH says, dang haha, sounds like some Fred had grown up, referring to the when I had to take a punch, 100%.
So you did a bit of fading also?
What do you mean fading?
Like boxing.
Oh yeah. Just from the nature of growing up, man. It's definitely more the intellectual of the family, but Scotland's not a country where you can get away with it without getting some shit. Which I appreciate because it helped me out over here in the, you know, the rougher parts where I grew up here.
Or just joking around, play fighting or organized fair fighting for fun type of stuff.
Yeah, mainly that. Like I said, in Scotland, it's slightly much at least it was back then, you know, growing up in the 90s, where it's like, you have to know how to take a punch. Never mind give one, you have to know how to take one, because you can't land a punch if you can't take one. It's very true. Right, folks, gonna wrap this up. PH has been chill. Hopefully you can get that deployed and we can have a wee look at it tomorrow. The VoIP Twilio system. PH says sounds about right, like we'd hang out and basically got the punching bag and quickness and dodging. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was definitely a thing. I remember one Christmas I asked for a punching bag because I was like fucking, I was like 10. See, I can't help but drop the F-bomb, man. It's just constant.
I got a 100 pounds bag in the lab.
That's legit. Yeah, I better get back on the house, man. I've got to finish up here.
Gotta stay in shape while I build stuff, lol.
100%, man. As we get older, it's more important than ever. Always had high metabolism, but I've seen people get fat out of nowhere. I don't think I'd like that. Alright, PH, we're gonna sign off, but man, I'll be back soon. Yeah, let me know how the deploy goes.
Sleep well. Fingers crossed on the job.
Appreciate it, bro. Alright, bro, you take it easy. Have a great night.